So you can't be a good white person and put your body in between them trying to kidnap a brown person or harm a black person. When you do that, you lose your proximity to whiteness and you lose the benefits that come along with it. That's the cost. We're all acting so shocked that they murdered a white woman. Well, see, she wasn't a good white. She was out there advocating for brown people, so she lost her proximity to whiteness. This is the work of dismantling white supremacy. This is what it's going to cost. It's time for some radical acceptance. Because they've been out there killing black and brown people for hundreds of years. And people who looked like me were having picnics under black bodies as they blew in the breeze after they'd been lynched. And then 6 years ago, when they kneeled on George Floyd's neck, we all put a black picture in our Instagram, acting as if that were enough. In order to dismantle white supremacy, we have to be willing to lose the benefits of whiteness. Means they kill us too. That's what that means. And it's time for some radical acceptance about that, guys. That's what it's going to take to dismantle white supremacy, is losing the benefits of the system. So we can't be so shocked as white people continue to die. Because we weren't this shocked when black and brown people were dying. Because we expected it. Not because we weren't grieving, but we expected it, right? You should expect it. We have to lose the benefits of the system if we want to tear the system down. White supremacy has been killing black and brown folks. And it's not going to go down without a fight. So if you lose your proximity to white supremacy and whiteness, you will lose the safety that goes along with it.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash, that will honor the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who teach 100% truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and to the elect. It's your brother Ra'aya back with another video. And yeah, y'all, she said a lot. And you know, now this could very well be a Jake right here. She was coming out with too much truth. She, you know, she was saying a lot of truth here. But you know, and on the other hand, I'm kind of like, it's making me think like, dang, Esau's women did completely turned against their ass. I'm like, man, Esau women that completely turned against their ass. This is how you know this place coming down. Because if Satan be against Satan, then how shall his kingdom stand? Let me get that, y'all. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And Esau Edom's kingdom, not only Babylon the Great, but all of the places that Esau has distributed that wine and made people drunk off of these philosophies and these ways of living that he's been pushing out here to these Edomite nations and also to these other, you know, other heathen nations. He's been pushing these ways and they're starting to crumble his society. Like the fact that he pushed this feminism and all that. You see his own women, you know, not to say that old girl that was just on the screen that she was, because she could very well be a Jake. But as we keep watching these videos, like I've been up kind of late watching these videos, and I'm like, you know, I've came to the conclusion that, you know, Esau is about to fall. Just as in the times of Rome, the Roman Empire fell to feministic ideals. All right, I did a whole video on this in times past. That wasn't just the main reason why the empire fell, but it was a big internal reason why, because they started giving liberty and making the women liberal, and when men don't have control over their households, and when you give women liberty, surely things are going to go awry. And if men don't have control over the woman, or if men don't have power the way that men's supposed to have power, right? And some of man's power distributed to a woman, then how, when would he want to defend anything when a man is in that position where he's going back and forth with a woman, or you know what I mean, and he's at his weakest because he doesn't have power in his own household. And when he gets that way, when he has to get to the point of defending himself, because he's the strongest when he's defending others, right? But when he start having to defend himself, he tended, not to say that, there's anything wrong with defending yourself, but in the whole scheme of things, when you really look at like the man's role as being protector and provider, of the family, the household and stuff, right? When they're too worried about protecting themselves due to what's going on in the household, then the whole household is going to crumble. And that's essentially what's happening in all these Edomite kingdoms and just these other heathen nations as well. You see in Moab, with the so-called Chinese, man, they not even having sex. They not even having children. All right. And with Edom, Esau's nations over them European nations, they not even, I guess their birth rates is very low. And you ask yourself, like, why you just ain't having sex with your women? It's more than that. They didn't push these philosophies to these women. Got these women out their goddamn mind. That's what it is. And now their kingdom, their households are divided. And surely they won't stand. So we're going to get Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. And that's essentially what's happening here in Babylon the Great's nation, right? So it seems as though this app is going off. So, but anyway, let me get back to the scripture, y'all, because the video ain't gonna even pop up no more. But yeah, y'all. And this devil, all right, and he deceived the whole world. This is one of the ones I wanted to get as well. And this is speaking about Esau, Edom, and how he deceived the whole world into this fuckery that's causing this collapse, which is actually a good thing for us because, we can clearly see that his power is about to be is being taken from him. We watching it live in HD on every news channel. We watching it. If Edomites is getting deleted by other Edomites, ICE is deleting Edomites. They barely deleting Jake. They deleting each other, right? So let me get this. Revelations 12:9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. But the point is that he's the deceiver of the world. He's caused all this foolishness to go off. And because of his deceits, his own kingdom is falling. His own kingdom falling because of his lies, right? And it's, civil war is coming about. You know, even in the households, it's civil war in your household. When your woman against the man, the children against the man, the children against their mothers, you know what I mean? The fathers and all that, man. Shit is crazy right now. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And you know, it's a wrap. All right. So, you know, it's a wrap, Esau. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom, y'all. Until the next.